T's for danger. Hey, everybody, how's it going? Knights of the Dragon back here. We got a very special episode going on. I'm going to pass it over to my guy, Rican, to tell you what's going on today, guys. Rican, what's going on?
What's up, guys? KOD in the house. We got Drew Danger, Rican Ranger, back for more. Lady Laura. We got a special segment today. Um, we are getting a lot of info from fans and people who are eternally connected to the show, right? So we're gonna let Laura lead with this different segment and information from a fan who reached out who wanted to remain anonymous, but was so compelled to share her story last time she heard Laura chop up and share kind of what she went through. So anyone else that wants to do something like this or the same, definitely keep that stuff coming because we're going to do more responses. Laura's going to do more content like this. She wants to connect with you guys and really open that side of the show. So without further ado, Rican's always on deck on the job. We're going to let Laura cook and talk about this special situation with this Power Ranger fan. So there you go, Laura. The floor is yours.
Hello. Hi. So, I wanted to tell this person's story because it's a lot. Um, there's a lot of similarities between this person and uh, mine. And when I asked her how she wanted us to address her, because she doesn't want to say her actual name, so we're just going to call her Amy for the story. And this is basically how Power Rangers and Amy Jo saved her. Um, so she grew up in a very toxic household. Her father was um, a bully, if you will. And her mother taught her at a very young age that she just needs to tiptoe around every situation, kind of don't poke the bear type of thing. Um, Now she had a little brother, an older brother. Older brother was pretty abusive. He was struggling with some mental health issues. Um, but Power Rangers is ultimately what bonded them together. Um, and when she was younger, um, the person that really stood out to her was Amy Jo. She said that Amy Jo really subconsciously saved her. Um, she saw the strength that Amy had. Saw the resilience and the beauty, and she thought, I want to be like that. I want to be like Amy. Um, and how can I do that? How can I be like Amy? So she got into gymnastics, and she started playing Power Rangers. So when her older brother would get abusive, um, she learned how to defend herself by watching Power Rangers and watching Amy Jo. Um, and so by doing gymnastics, that helped her confidence and helped her really connect with Amy. Um, and her mother also was apparently liked to cook a lot, and there was a lot of trauma involving food. Um, so her mother grew up in the Philippines and grew up very poor. And so when she cooked, um, when she had Amy, which we're calling her, when she had Amy, it was very impressed upon little Amy that she needed to finish everything on her plate, that she couldn't leave anything behind because, oh, there are poor children that look at the food you're wasting. Um, look at, you shouldn't be doing that. And so she would more or less forced to finish her plate, which um, led to trauma in itself because she felt like she couldn't not eat it all. And by doing that, she developed a eating disorder. Now, the the gymnastics helped, with her confidence and kept, the weight down, but ultimately she started to gain weight, you know. And her dad, her her family would call her baby elephant as a way of bullying her and as a way of making her feel less than. Whenever she would walk in the room, um,
Name calling, right?
yeah,
Abuse.
they would say, "Here comes the baby elephant." There was
Right.
a song apparently that would be played, just to mock her, just to make her feel less than, you know. And it still affects her to this day. Um, but her big takeaway was the confidence and the elegance and the beauty that Amy Jo showed her. That also she still carries with to this day. So she really reached out because she wants to thank Amy for everything that she went through and that Amy helped her get through. Um, Even as an adult, she informed us that Amy Jo had did volunteer work in Bosnia, which I had no clue of.
That's
Um,
good. You're all right. Good thing
yeah,
you wrote that down. Good job, girl. Good
uh,
job.
and how she does these amazing things, and she doesn't get enough credit
Yeah.
for all the incredible things that Amy does, and the way that Amy has helped shape her life. Another thing, she said that she felt like she was rootless, meaning that she was a first generation born in the country that she'd been born in.
Hmm.
She's biracial, so she felt very outcasted as a child and a teenager growing up in her home and in her community. And once again, Amy just gave her such a root, something to look at. And if she can do it, I can do it. And gave her the confidence to keep going and be positive and you know um so I think the moral of this is to impress upon people that Power Rangers in so many ways have saved so many children in so many toxic situations. And if I may add my own little piece to it, something I hadn't mentioned before, when I met David Yost, one thing I said to him was, I was abused as a child. Um, and he immediately said back to me, he said, "Yeah, we hear that a lot." And how heartbreaking is it that these children have gone through this? But how beautiful is it that they have found something positive all these years later that is still holding them together and still the root of why they're okay today, why they're doing as well as they are because they had that grounding. If it had not been for Amy Jo,
Hmm.
who knows where she'd be, little Amy. who knows if she'd be here. She attributes Amy in Power Rangers to have saved her life and gave her something to look forward to and something to be positive. And I think that could segue into reasons we need to come up with how to save the brand. Because in saving the brand, who knows what children will be saved through Power Rangers who have already been saved, who have, they, I'm sure there's thousands of these stories that
Yep.
that can be told because of this show, this children's show that people are now disregarding. Oh, it means nothing. Oh, it's
It
just
doesn't make any money.
it doesn't mean anything, and people have no idea how much this show has shaped the lives and changed the lives of so many people around this world and given them a peace and a hope, that they have now. On the positive thing, she talked about she is now married to the love of her life. Um, she found a family. She has three beautiful children. Her husband is the love of her life. How she called him a real one, you know, and she's very grateful to have had Power Rangers and specifically Amy Jo in her life. And she is so grateful to Amy. Um, and I am so honored and blessed to be able to share her story because she's a lovely person. And and I think her story is a lot like others' stories and stories that need to be told and come out, and the beauty that can come from sharing our past to get through to the future, to help
Yeah. Go, girl. Tell him.
in so many ways, and so I want to thank this person very much for trusting us with her story. And she's she's a sweetheart, and I just wish that there were more people that come forward and tell the world what Power Rangers has done for them.
How it saved you. How
How
it
it,
saved you. How your life would be different without it.
mm-hmm,
Why we need to save it.
mm-hmm,
We need the fans right now.
yep,
Same way people needed the show back then. Now the show needs us. I don't want to hear it's going broke, it's bankrupt, it don't make no money. It's not about that. What Laura's saying, it's about more than the toys and the business and the franchise. It's about what our childhoods would have been if we didn't have Power Rangers. Really think about it.
mm-hmm,
Really think about it.
yep. And so, in conclusion, I just urge anyone who sees this to come forward, if not to us, to tell somebody your story and get it out there. You have no idea what impact it might have and how it may help another, you know. And it's short, but it's sweet and to the point. And we just
Love it. We need more.
want to thank this person. And yeah.
Good job, Laura. You did great.
Thank you, Laura. We really appreciate that.
What do you think, Drew? We wanna round up all
Yeah,
that? Give us an
let
outline.
me.
What are your thoughts are?
Yeah, I of course I enjoyed this story. I think that it's great. I think when fans reach out like that and they share a story that has depth like that, there is a connection with a lot of Power Ranger fans, that went through a lot of traumatic things in their lives. I do see like where it's like it's kind of weird where there's like this connection where a lot of people that I've been around don't just have like, oh yeah, I watched Power Rangers, is great. A lot of people don't say that. They say at that time in my life, this was happening, this was happening, this was happening. Then when I got older, I had some challenges, and I thought of what the get influences I got for Power Rangers, and they helped me through it. You know, you kind of get a lot of those stories and people that really bring that to the front. I don't see a lot of people just casually say it, you know, that really watch the show. There's always a story with it. So when this story was shared, I mean, this was a deep story. And I think it's going to really reach out to a lot of people, as well as Laura's own story. And the combination of the two will bring more people together to want to share their stories, because from sharing you can heal, and from healing you can educate, and from educating you can grow. Okay. So I think that's what it's really going to do. And if you guys don't mind, because I know we got some time, grab something right on top of here.
Drew's always got something in the cut.
I always do. As you can see, this is a picture. This is me when I was a kid.
Young Danger.
80s. So it's the He-Man pictures you can see. So, Drew, why is this ripped up? I actually have it restored. It's a 24 by 36 because when I finally fixed it, made it bigger, but it's perfect. But the reason I have both of these up is because it's in my workout area. And every morning I walk in here to do a workout or work on some custom hats or anything like that. I look up like this and I look at the picture and I say the picture that's been fixed is this is who I'm supposed to be. I'm supposed to be a person of loyalty, honor, respect, truth, kindness, doing things right, warrior spirit in the correct way, a man of God. I'm supposed to be those things, right? And this picture right here, the original picture that got ripped up, represents the pain of my past. And the reason why it represents the pain of my past is because the picture got ripped up by my father. Okay, that's what happened. We were moving when I was in 7th grade from one house to another house at the time. I'm guessing my father was not happy with the move, so he was not in the greatest of moods. And so he was just like, you know, we got to get out of here and get your stuff. And I said, yeah, I'm packing it up. And he didn't think I was moving fast enough. So he actually started just like grabbing stuff and throwing my stuff away. Like my Star Wars stuff, he's just throwing it in the trash and he didn't care. I don't care about this stuff. We got to go. And he had a really crappy attitude about it. And he got to this picture and he just threw it in the trash, and it had been in the frame since the 80s. I took this picture, I think in 87, 86. So the picture had gotten stuck to the glass, you know, so it was kind of stuck to it. And I reached in the trash to get it. Hold on. My memory, sorry guys, my head got hit. What happened was my dad tried to throw it in the trash. I had it and it ended up breaking and it cut my hand. And there's blood right here. You guys got to zoom in a little.
So there's some crazy symbolism with this picture going on.
Yeah. So it got on here and we were fighting over the picture and my dad was yelling at me and he had hit me and he told me to leave it in the trash. So, of course, I waited for him to leave, and I went back in the trash to take the glass off, you know, which I cut up my hand a little bit more, taking the glass off the frame and to save the picture and then put it where he didn't see it so then I could have it. So I had kept it all these years, you know, till I could get it restored, and I didn't know it could be restored. And, you know, about 3 years ago, a really good friend of mine restored it. and made it a 24 by 36. So it's like, big and it's on the wall and it's beautiful. But I keep this to remind myself, especially as a parent, which I am. And when you look inside a glass frame, you can see a reflection of yourself. So when I stand next to either picture, my young face stands next to my older face now. So when I look at it, it's like, remember who you are, remember that day, remember what effect it had on you, and remember how you're going to approach things in life from here on out. I keep that with me everywhere I go. I don't forget. I try to erase those things of my father that were not good about him. And there's a lot to him that is not good. I had a stepbrother that, I should say a foster brother that committed suicide. I had a stepbrother that was beaten till he bled by my father, just because my father had a bad attitude, very much like he had with me, as I told the story earlier. There's a lot of horror stories about my dad doing a lot of really not cool things to a lot of young people, and it wasn't good. But what I did was, my brothers essentially they were damaged from it, heavily. I was, but I learned how to overcome and be a better person. And Power Rangers, especially Tommy Oliver, was a big part and component to that. Number one hero, of course, being Luke Skywalker, kind of helped me through it. My passion for Bruce Lee, my passion for Luke Skywalker, Tommy Oliver, as well as other characters, Batman, of course, helped me to really be a better person and not be what my father was or carry any of that in me. And so I was able to overcome that, and I don't have any of that inside me from neither one of my parents. I'm my own person, but a person that knows the right things to do and the right things to approach. So anyway, I just wanted to talk about that for a minute and kind of just share that with you guys, because we were talking about topics like that today. So
yeah, definitely. Well, that's a good final thought. I mean, I want to give a little 2 cents too. I mean, as you can see, when you dig deep into the brand and think about when you first seen Power Rangers, how you were feeling as a kid, what you were going through. I think the fandom has a unity amongst the trauma. I think Power Rangers was an escape for a lot of people when they were going through things, regardless of what it was. It all has all different types of shades and different type of situations, but Power Rangers was such a shift in culture and such a big thing going on. It felt like an escape to me. And when she said playing in the backyard, I was like, man, it clicked. I could see it in the back of my head. My buddy got a stack of cones, like traffic cones that his dad wound up having in the shed, man, and we put them all out in the backyard. And we used to have the morphers, the weapons, and we used to literally morph and run around, kick those cones around, and jump around like we were rangers. And I remember we used to do that for hours. So that was hours that we were not in the street, maybe getting into something we shouldn't have. So something so little as that. When you don't have that, don't have franchises doing that for kids and providing that protection and that little getaway for them, that affects people. That affects where we're going, what we're doing. So my final thought is, I'm not, even if we need zombie rangers out here, we gotta get the brand right. It's too important. Look at how many people are affected. Like Laura said, there's thousands of stories like this. We're just scratching the surface of why this brand must never die. Even if you think it's dead, be part of the resurrection, right? The rise of the Ninjetti, because, me and Drew are here to put real martial arts in it. We got Laura here to make sure our hearts stay where we need to be. And the Rangers got to have a creed now, because you don't know who's a good person, who's not. Cancel culture, the internet, what's going on in Henry's, who's two-faced, who's not. So I feel like it's master reset time. So I'm formally inviting everybody as Weekend Ranger, Lord and Jetty, come on my platform, come on Drew's platform, come on Laura's platform. Let's talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. We've got our trinity, you know, we got Rangers, martial arts, movies, culture, relationships, anything you guys want to talk about. This is a safe place, but mental health is the nucleus of it because we lost the Green Master, you know, we lost the White Dragon because nobody picked up the phone, man. Nobody picked up the phone. So let that sink in a little bit and let's start there and see what happens. The brand is supposedly dead. Well, I say over my dead body because you know, what else is there to fight for me than my son, my 6-year-old, in a world without Power Rangers, or my 13-year-old designing AI armor and converting them into sketches and wanting to do comic book covers. That's all positive shit, man. So you tell me it's dead and it's not making money. There's more important things than that going on. So that's just my final thought. Rican's ride or die. I want to, you know, shout out to the person who shared their story, Amy Jr. Shout to Amy Joe. All hail the queen. You know me, how I feel about you, boo. I think we're in good hands. You know what I mean? Amy is the truth. And I think when JDF died, I think she kind of tightened up her armor a little bit and she knows what time it is. So any way we could ever help, we'd love for you to be a part of anything we're doing over here. The new Jetty Queen. So yeah, Laura, give us your final thought on everything, and we'll take them out.
I
Close this
just,
out, girl.
I'm just honored and grateful. I'm so honored that this person trusted me to tell their story, and I hope I did it justice. And
Tell them where to contact you, all of that. How to, you know,
yeah, um,
stuff.
and I'm an open book. If anybody has any questions about my story or what I've been through, I'm an open book. I mean, I
We all got Instagrams. DM us, you know, if you want to be on the show, you want to talk to Laura, all of that.
oh yeah, I'm at Laura Germaine Marie with the G, all one word. So if you want to, that's fine. Um, or in the comments or wherever, you know, email Drew or um, yeah, I'm an open book. I don't regret my past and don't wish to shut the door on it. So if it can help someone else, I'm here. So, and with that, I
Words.
think we're good. So until next time, we'll talk to you later.
True.
Thank you guys so
Final
much.
words, Drewski.
All right, guys. You can reach out to me is at cdrewguess@gmail.com. You can also leave in the comments to get to me. I'll check those out and let you guys know what's going on. If you guys got anything, you know where to find Rican, you know where to find Laura. Let us know what's going on. And like Laura said, you can also reach out to us to let something be known to another one of us as well.
Yeah.
Hope you guys love what we did today. Hope it was great. We got more stuff yet to come, surprises, all sorts of interesting stuff. So we'll see you guys. Do a little different this time. Same bad time, same bad channel, and it's morphin' time.
Already know.
All right.
You already know, guys.